Alright, Shalom. So I turn these. Now praise it to Alright. Double honor sterling apostles of Great Stone. And Shalom to the full deck. Now I Camp Jonas Jamaica coming on once again, prophesy. And the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, which is a so-called black man. Hey, can hold 1 Corinthians 1, and we can start maybe about verse 19 or so. We just discuss here, being in this truth as a pastor, and I've even reiterated the other day. I've ever took some madness. It's because go on and say how the things that we preach to the Jews and stuff in that. Alright? Because we're here, in hope, as the scripture referred to as prisoners of hope. Alright? That's the only thing we have. Believing that, yeah, indeed, a so-called black man will come from the skies and so-called UFOs, chariots, and fight against the so-called white man and set us free. That's the only thing we have. Otherwise, believe us so, brother, no sense. Right? Even today, like, seeing some people not seen in a while, and you see how people are age and decay for nothing. There's nothing to gain here, So when you look on it, the hope we have, it may seem ridiculous to the common person. When you even, which is a sure hope, when you put it in like a weight to what this world of here for, any day I'm going to take that hope. So any day, because for this, right there.
Yep.
I'm not sure exactly where.
Is it? It's 1 Corinthians.
Come on, cancel. 18. Yeah, 18.
Alright, 1 Corinthians 1 and 18. It says, "For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God."
Yeah, so to us who believe, and again, the belief that we have, as it's written, is a gift of the Most High. So it's not like one merits, or one understanding, or one like one skill, or just smarter than anybody else in the world. No. And the Most High just give away a gift. And that's just it. Just select some of it, and just put it on with spirit, believe, and that's it. Nothing we never do. Alright? We believe, and it's basically to saving on the soul, because it is what is even used to keep us on our daily. Can I just get this real quick as well? Isaiah 33. Which one is this one? That work?
Isaiah 33 verse 6 says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. Fear of the Lord is his treasure."
Yeah, so wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at thy time. When you look up the word stability, you go back to faith from the Hebrew amawana. And a clear point where I saw it played out in our current era is during the pandemic. The faith that we had in Yahweh Shemel Shai, knowing that, hey, yeah, very soon, one so-called black man about to burst the skies and save us from this captivity. Though then they have pushed certain prices upon the populace, we were in faith. And for that, we're not going to take it. And so we're there today. You see me? And the same thing will happen with the chip as well. Because we are part of the elect, we're going to reject that even up unto death. Right? But that's the wisdom we have to keep us. In our daily. Even, for example, even we deal with people, go about with daily life. Even with diet. You see me? Certain things we don't have. Certain things we try to eat. Like we stick to the herbs, we use the herb food medicine, put stuff for it, instead of going to the so-called wine man to the pharmacy to get poison and so forth. And you have shellfish and you have coca, we know so them they have carcinogenic and things and can cause arthritis or cancer or manner of sickness under the sun. So it keeps us. To us, it's the saving of the soul. The belief that we have in the scripture, because scripture says we believe and therefore we speak. And in James saying what he might show you, can you just get a real quick book shop? James 2. Here we can start people 16 or something.
I like you to play virgin, they just come in and go to the supermarket and they might get some drinks. So basically, we have to put some drinks out of the fridge. And female then she asked me to take out the drinks. So I'm like, turn water. I mean, I said to her, I said, look, this contains more sugar than certain drinks where you say that drink things in the sugar like Pepsi and them stuff. Not to say none of them good for you, but if you check the amount of level of sugar with this contain, see, serious amount. Just because water, they say cran water, but they use the word cran water and water as the deception to make you drink it. See? As you mentioned now, certain things we not go fool around because we're not ignorant of Satan's device and we know how the devil work, how he put things in play to make it happen to you over a period of time and then just make it happen as you consume it. And as you know, I say out here, I say the liquor water, the rotten. See? Going back to where I mentioned with the thing with them give us in 2020. So we are a lot of people now pass away. Some people expect sick within a month, 2 weeks, and then deteriorate and fall apart. See? So we know say all of them, and through a lot of those things with them actually put a lot of people in. Because all of them herbal cancers, liver failure, heart failure, and all of them stuff. See? So basically, when we check levels, they said to me since night time I make a speech, I said that he said it's not a sure thing, say you have to live a long life, but if you can slow down the process of death, see, by leaving certain things out of your diet, see, because you don't have no assurance in your life, you know, see, but guess what, but you know, you get up and consume things that are good for you every day, you have to put a shot in for your life, and then you have to beg God to have mercy for you. See? Yeah, you want the Lord to have mercy, but you're not showing no mercy towards yourself either. See? So, saying that, like I said, certain things we stay away from. We don't consume certain things in our body to destroy ourselves. See?
Alright, so this is the book of James chapter 2 verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, do a man say he had faith and have not works?
So if you believe that you are a prophet, if you believe that you are an Hebrew Israelite, there are certain customs to follow. And again, when I say you're going to be this strict ass person in Babylon, it's impossible. You can't yam 100% good. Nothing there 100% good. You see me? But as prophets, right, we're supposed to know about herbs. We're supposed to know about medicine. We're sick, we're not supposed to run down to the farmers, to the farmer care. Witchcraft, right?
Potion.
The potion or the doctor, the cause of fire. Right? No, like if a pastor said, like trauma, you know, like if you get shot, your foot chop off or something, you can go to them. Because they really get trained for treat trauma. When it come on to like cure sicknesses, illness or disease or so forth, no. They get people treat the symptoms. Right? And with knowledge here, we know the scriptures, Hebrew Israelites, we're supposed to follow certain things. Right. We should go through the herbs, go back to where the Most High create, to the best of our ability.
A good example, bro, you say how them get trained to treat the symptoms, is that if you go to the doctors, basically a stomach problem, you have a stomach bacteria or a stomach bug, they might give you something to wipe out the bacteria out of your stomach, along with the good bacteria to help break down the food in a proper way and keep your body in a balance and alignment. You see me? Now when them break down the good bacteria, you know that are cause? That are cause of overgrowth of bad bacteria. So therefore them will make you get worse, you see me? By just giving you a medication that is giving you a temporary ease. You see me? Instead of fully curing it. While if you basically take heed to the herbs, you see it break down the bacteria, bad bacteria over a period of time and cleanse your body and develop the good bacteria. Basically bringing you back in balance. So you have to basically live your life in a state where you keep your body in an alkaline state. Keep your body healthy. You can't name shit and expect say you're good at that to you. You see?
This is not medical information. I know the YouTube guideline already.
Yep.
Leave it up to me.
Yep, we're only bringing forward information, right? We aren't giving you no medical advice. You know?
Just giving the truth.
Yep. Hold on. Continue.
Back in the book of James chapter 2 verse 14, it says, what doeth it profit, my brethren, do a man say he had work and had faith and have not works?
Yeah, so if you say you're one prophet, you believe you're one prophet, you're supposed to prophesy. Right? If you believe you're an Israelite, you're supposed to follow the laws to the best of your ability. You're supposed to believe in the name of your phone, how shy. You're supposed to, as a Hebrew Israelite, you're supposed to prepare. As a custom, as a Hebrew Israelite, you know, and which go back to even the laws and as I mentioned, it's the name of a few things. Else, give me the sense. Tell him I just want Rasta, a man will say my Rasta and him and him poor, and him balling. Like, yeah, that's a, you're a Rasta. Isn't it? Because your faith supposed to show in your actions.
The more they show much love. With your heart, they're far from the poor or what you believe in.
That gives no equal.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
God.
It says, and have not works, can faith save him? If a brother or a sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding he give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Even so, if it had not works, is dead being alone.
Yeah, so it's not like, we're not saying you're supposed to have faith. Faith is the foundation.
God.
When you come to this truth, you believe. When I came to this truth, I believe. And then by the faith, there goes the changes start to take place. It's a learning process. You learn every day. We never learn about 613 laws and first thing come here. Take me years. You see me? Some of them you have to build a life you can keep eventually. Some you still can't keep.
Struggle.
Right? So it says, yea, a man may say, do it as faith, and I have works. Shew me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee my faith by my works.
Yes, someone basically say, if you say you believe in something, right? And that's only you just be sure you say you believe in it, and you're not a word to prove it, then really and truly that doesn't make sense. Right? Me I go show you my faith by my works. Me really believe it, I don't believe in it, I'm going to see it in my actions. I seriously what the light that go shine for people, yo. So them can sit and say, yo, by your good works, yo, and praise you all about should you try. Continue, bro.
Right? It says, thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
Yeah, so man, we say, yo, God, every nigga ever page them, most of them believe in a God. Okay, that's good. But you always say, even the devil believe in a one God too. You see me? So, are you any better than the devil? Devil believe too. Are you going to check it, you know? Esau, Edom, he leads them. Them believe it, say the Most High exists. To the point them are going to fight against Yahweh Shai. So what make you any different from them? Them believe too. So saying that you know that something exists, you know, the actions. It's like a woman says she loyal to you and she love you, but she always give away box. That makes sense.
Yeah, bro, it shows that them really believe and do so much to hide this truth from us, the Israelites. They know the power that we have. The other nations as well know the power that Israel has. But you know, when we are with our power in the right way, there's no other thing on the planet that can stop it. We will flourish.
Esau, everything for me, basically. More, let's put us in protesting. Because sin, that's it. I look upon our nakedness. So it make it possible in every way. Through the media, through even the food we eat. Because even a lot of things sure say are that, but hot things like tainted it with pork. Pig. Like Like,
Yes,
that,
so there's a peak for thing along the
yeah. That talk about the Virgin Islands and basically the things that was four place in America, certain place, and them basically slaughter like 35,000 pig for the day. One of them slaughter like 19,000 pig, and the name split field. And basically, every 3 days, 4, them do it the same. And so everything that come out of the
They don't waste nothing still.
they don't waste nothing.
They use the ear for make brush.
Year to do that.
They use the
Yeah.
even the oil, the extract of the fat and all and something.
There's certain things
That's
that
some
you
product.
skin.
Ear care product, skin
Yeah.
care product, and then something. And nothing no waste, nothing at all no waste.
Nothing at all, you know.
Them for that. No, that should
Yeah.
Right. Read back verse 19 again. He says, "Thou believest that there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
Fine.
But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
Fine.
Was not Abraham, our father, justified by works, when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith worked with his works, and by works was faith made perfect?"
Fine.
That's how you perfect your faith.
Done.
By executing the belief with your actions.
Right.
The word perfect means complete. So everything come full circle. Because your faith basically you lead by actions. You know?
Going back to integrity also.
And if we can add to, some people even go about to exercise their own self-righteousness and call it faith. You know, one example is a man thinks that if him take off his shirt and give another man, him righteous all of a sudden. I don't make him righteous because even the wicked do that. You see me? You see man where in a gangs, you see me, actually would do that. Give him loss. You still when him go out, he might go take an innocent, well, so-called innocent.
So-called innocent life.
You know what I mean? See, so a lot of people don't really understand the true righteousness of Yahweh Bashim and Shai. You know? So not because you do a deed where you don't consider righteous, that means yes, it's righteous.
Like come on, I get up and say, all you have to do, I live and do good. But what is good to you?
Yeah, what is good, but no, what is good? This is where the laws are good.
When you call good, because you have to say something and say, boy, it's good enough. Because you see a fear man, you still, you give a plate of pork for you. Something good you do. See? You give a seafood boil with shrimp, all kind of different stuff. And I say, boy, you feed it. Yeah. I say, how good you do. Yeah. But you do evil to somebody and think it's good, you do. Like long run.
Yeah, you can get that Isaiah 5 and 20. Finish that one.
Right. So it says verse 23, and the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called a friend of Yahweh. You see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
Be careful with the last word as well, so not by faith only. Because again, faith is good, that's the foundation. The scripture says without faith it is impossible to please the Most High. But nevertheless, you want to believe, right? Your actions are supposed to start changing right after. See me?
Isaiah 5 and verse 20. Okay, shalom. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
As we explained earlier, people believe in them are the good, isn't it? By feeding the poor, and when they might give them abomination. I mean, you can use abominable food kind of food, isn't it? Abomination. So when they do what's good, to whom they do it,
God.
right? Because if me right now say I'm going to find some gutter rats and feed them, you know, and take care of them, it's a waste of time.
Unless we are getting dead animal and dead for the whole thing.
Them supposed to hide in some cave or work or come up for earth. Because them basically the devil of the Bible speaks of, you know, not them only. Right? But the world I see them know for what they really are. You know, some parasite. Right? So you have to first thing first, you have to know what is good. Listen, let's get that real quick. From I think Romans 7. Let me show you that. The law is good. I make it a little bit. 23, let me show you. The law is just yeah, carry that.
What? This is Romans 13 verse 10 say, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore love is the fulfillment of the law.
Romans 7 and 12. Therefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
Here we go. So that's how we know what is good in this world. Laws.
Hey, Esau know what is functionable, and Esau know what is sustainable. But the devil that he is, man, you know, the devil that he is forward himself, you know, he's gonna go against, you know, real order. Because hey, we're in a society and Esau have his own version of order, man. So you know, he knows that certain order is necessary. You know, but as I said, if it seeming that it now benefit him, forward him for himself, you know, he's not gonna use that. And that's what he do with the scriptures, because he had the scriptures. And he knows that these laws, you know what I mean, are just laws, man. Yeah? But because being wicked that he is, you know, he despises the laws. That's what he do. He despises them, man. Because he's a thief and he's a murderer. And the laws do that, condemn him. You know? So it's in his nature to do wicked, man. You know, hey, the scripture say that he's the accuser of the brethren. So him know that he what we supposed to do. In order to put the battle to us, he must know what we are to be doing. That thing can get us to the contrary, man. Yeah?
It's Psalms 50, verse 16. So, but unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right.
That thou shouldest take it my covenant in thy mouth, so seeing thou hatest instruction,
Right.
and casteth my words behind thee.
Right. Cast the words of the Lord behind him. And I'm always to the point here, man. Esau be teaching you certain things in schools, man. You tell her that, look, man, this is an ecosystem, this is how it functions, you know what I mean, and you get the whole lowdown on the whole thing. And then him himself break the whole cycle, break the whole chain, man. Yeah, he be teaching about it, because the way we have knowledge of it is because we learn it through his school system, his curriculum, or we want to call it. Yeah? But at the end of the day, he's the one violating it, man. Yeah? You know that things are sustained by the different cycles, man. But yet you're gonna break them. That means you're breaking the sustainability of something. That means you by nature is destructive, man. So how can you know something and then you're gonna take out something out of the chain or cause the whole chain to fall apart, man? Yeah?
Can I read a small example?
What?
So this is basically, so back in time, they removed the grey wolves from Yellowstone Park.
Yeah.
So them say your grey wolves were completely removed from Yellowstone National Park by 1926 through government-led hunting, chopping, and poisoning.
Right.
This eradication caused a massive ecological imbalance until 31 grey wolves from Canada and Montana were successfully reintroduced into the park between 1995 and 1997 to restore the national food web. So they pretty much didn't know, say it would cause this, but they want to test it.
Right.
They see where it can happen, you know?
And this is some of the things that was like, I saw a documentary on it once. some of the things that happen, you start to have overgrazing, you have certain insects start to disappear, you know what I mean? Land start to erode, water problems, you know, all different type of things start. The springs disappear, all type of chain reaction happen, man. Because all these systems come together, you know what I mean, to make the whole ecosystem, man. As I speak about that, I'm watching the reforestation or the tree programs that's going on in Ethiopia, the surrounding to stop the desert across it, melting across it. Basically, they're trying to stop the desertification of certain places. And basically, what they are doing, you know what I mean, is creating like an ecosystem, man. You know, to let trees grow back, as I'm actually saying, the plants are actually on the ground. You know, some of the more resilient trees, roots are under the ground, man. So those create the conditions for them to grow. You know what I mean? And one of the things that they did, they try to, because the water is running off the side, you know, they try to make a way where the water can stay when the rain fall like that, so it don't run off. So they make like some little trench or something, half a moon thing, and make some trench on the hillside, like some, you know, to stop the water from running off the hills. You know what I mean? And that's how things start to come back. Even springs come back, man. You know, once the trees start to grow, you know what I mean? You have what you call it? You have I think the name again. You have a fungus or something like that basically.
Algae.
Yeah, it basically what it do? It basically create the fat to make the dirt become like how dirt become. And you know when a place become desert, you know what I mean, what really happen, you know, it's become sand. You know, it becomes sandy, you know. So the top side basically get eroded and you know you have sand and everything there. But you have a fungus basically where create the fat basically so that the you know
Style.
the soil come back like
Yeah. Smoky and
Yeah, yeah.
soft and
yeah. You know, so all these things basically make the whole thing function, and Esau know that, man. He knows that. So just him go out and then cut down the tree them and him kill off certain animals or whatever. He just be the devil that he is, man. Yeah?
he's trying that.
Just say that he's the son of perdition, man. Yeah?
Back in Psalms 50, verse 18, so when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him,
Right,
and hast been a partaker with adulterers,
right.
thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother,
Right.
thou slanderest to thine own mother's son.
God, hey, the movie Avatar, you see Esau know that he's evil, man. You know? Because how can you sit down and you write a movie? You know, based on what you all doing. You know what I mean? And you write the narrative in such a way that, you know, it can be portrayed that somebody that have this type of characteristics are evil. But yet, in real life, that's what they are doing. You know, when they went to the planet, they want to reap the resources of the planet. Man. You know, the movie Avatar, you know what I mean? And the writer write it in a way which shows that this is a evil intention that they like to say mankind. But it's not all man. You are the avenger of death, man. Yeah? So he knows, man. He knows what he's doing, man. I know what he's doing is evil. But Esau just to forward himself, just to reap wealth or heap treasures unto himself. He will destroy the place in order to get that.
He that is evil to himself,
Right.
to whom will he be good?
Right. Yeah, basically that's what he's doing, being evil to himself. Because you live on the planet same way, but guess what? You're gonna have some industrialized waste going into the water, you know, the environment that you live in, man. Them are crazy, man. All different type of chemicals, man. That is hazardous and dangerous. You know, even though they have some place where plant where them go.
Yeah.
The heal themselves go.
But everything have a chain reaction because by doing that, gradually over time, it will start to affect other areas.
Right.
Leading up going into other areas, going to, and eventually it's going to reach where you there.
Yeah.
One at a time, because guess what? You are destroying the earth. And if you are destroying a part of the part of the ecosystem of the earth, eventually, where you live are going to get destroyed also. Yeah, because you can't break it down. And that's how cancer actually develop in your body and break it down if you don't get treated. See, or if you don't do something to remove it.
Yeah, that's good. Verse 21 is these things as thou done, and I kept silent.
Right.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Like you saying that if there's a God, then well, God must be with us.
Right.
Because we've been doing this for years and we don't see nothing really happen more than we're progressing and whatever we're doing. You know? Not knowing that the Lord basically is letting the iniquity come to the full. Yeah? You're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do that the judgment will fill. You know what I mean? Or the judgment will become what? Justified. You know, so it's only necessary for you to do all this. So the Lord have to give time to do all this thing. You know what I mean? That they could get judged by it. Yeah? So your ass gets set up, man. You know, the scripture say, oh, the Lord slow to anger. But the Lord is angry with you, though. You know, but he's slow to wrath. Yeah? What?
Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry,
Right.
and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, it says, and the time of the dead that they should be judged,
Right.
and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them
I know, man, it's not
that
talking
fear
about,
thy name.
it's not talking about the Christian theology, man, where, you know, everybody in the world just get resurrected and you go in front of a big white throne with a big book open where your name a call, where you forgot heaven, you forgot hell. No, it's not that, man. A matter of fact, you have the dead walking out here right now. The heathen are dead also. The other nations, man. Without the spirit of life, man, which is, you know, the understanding of these scriptures, man, the spirit, man. You know, without that, you are dead. You know? And judgment is coming for you, man. Yeah? Yeah. The heathen are also dead. The dead, they are permanent dead.
Give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, unto the saints, unto them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them, destroy the earth.
Should have destroyed them that destroy the earth. A nigga with a Glock on the corner can't destroy the earth. Right? A chopper or AK-47. A nigga can't, you know, East have been dropping bombs, man. Depleted the uranium and all them type of things, man. And then they have nuclear bombs, man, that basically, you know, have a greater effect, you know, like the fallout and all them type of things. They might be testing bombs over the years, man, in the ocean and all about, you know what I mean? Building nuclear plants and fault lines, man, and shaking earthquake and destroying the plant. You remember Fukushima? Yeah? That nuclear plant was, the centrifuge was on the fault line.
Same thing about right now in Iran. Because they bomb the nuclear facilities and them also uranium.
Yeah.
Everything is all about.
Fallout, man, the radiation. Yeah? This devil. Yeah?
The business
Like a different stuff. Like the big spirit kind of chemicals that they the guys to them.
You know the wicked part of it is? This man would blame him. Him do it, and then he blame you. you're gonna have to pay for it.
Right down yourself.
Yeah? Under the guise of oh, we have change. The CC change, you know? So therefore, you know, you are the one that basically is responsible. So you're gonna have to pay for it. Yeah, you see, we're gonna have to give up all your give up all the freedom. You know? And get restricted in the way how you live your life. You see, you put the blame on you now and us take everything from you, man. So you are one responsible for sea change. So you're gonna have to do all these things. You know what I mean? And what sea change, man? Yeah? You know, it's cycler events. The man used the cycler events that happen through the course of time. You know what I mean? To deceive people, because people don't live long enough to know that we're coming back around to certain events. Because these are cycles, man. You know, the frequent earthquakes, the storms, the geological happenings, man. You know, all these things, they cycle around.
Each at the time, because you hear a lot of people that talk about the time hotter than ever before they ever feel it. And the first thing they ever feel all my people are complaining about it. But I know like say I don't know actually new. As people tell us that there's nothing new under the sun. So as the end of the day, it's a cycle event.
So it's a diabolical liar, man. It's a dangerous lie what this man tell. Yeah? They want like straight line. Yeah. Look at what's going on in the Middle East, man. This man lying to American people love lies, you know. They go just lying to them, man. Lying. Yeah? Hey, Trump be telling lies daily. Oh, we totally destroy Iranian army. They don't have no navy left. They don't have no army left. But yet still bombing US bases, killing US soldiers, man. Oh, 3 soldiers. Them make a barrack. They make a barracks. And only 3 soldiers dead. Oh, come on, man. A barrack. In the night, where soldiers are asleep. Come on, man. Yeah, these men are liars, man. Serious liars, man. Yeah? Torturing animals, you know, have them in labs, doing all type of wicked shit. You know? All different type of experiment. And you see, this devil even try to control every single thing. If there's a virus that's supposed to be unleashed on the earth, he wants to be the one that is in control of it. And use it to his disposal, to his like it. So this man will go back into the lab, see if he can recover back the bubonic plague or some plague, you know what I mean, for further use in the future, man. And he's going to use it for some nefarious means. And people on the planet know that these men create things in lab. Yeah?
That's in the place where they have in America, they have the CDC, Center of Disease Control. They have the Center of Disease Eradication.
Yeah.
Disease Control.
That doesn't use your certification and prevention. That when them want, then control. They will prevent you from them catching it.
This man wants to be control of information. You want to have control over diseases, weather, everything, man. And he's trying to play God. Yeah?
Psalm 58 verse 2. It says, yea, in art he work wickedness.
Right.
He weighed the violence of your hands in the earth.
Right.
Yeah? The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Right.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
They're liars, man. Diabolical liars, man. Yeah?
pathological
So, you see, and this is then they try to force you to basically listen to their lies. Look at what's going on now with hey, even YouTube. If you type in anything dealing with news or whatever, the first set of things that come up are the propaganda. So they'll be recommending the propaganda them to you right now straight. You can't search and find certain channels that talk about certain things anymore.
Every ad's an AI.
Yeah? Right now, they put all of the mainstream channels them up front, you know, because the cable TV flop. So now them there on YouTube now and some of the, social media sites now. I try to go in front of everybody else.
Yeah. You watch
Yeah?
that video related to a situation.
And you cannot-
done. Mainstream media come up. Fox News and English.
Imagine watching something that's going on in the Middle East on CNN, man. CNN that basically stage news and video, man, like it's a movie. Now that them have AI and all them shit. Imagine what them gonna do. Cause this man use blue screen, green screen, and them thing there, and make up news. So now you have AI. Imagine what them man they are telling people them saying in America and them place, man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. If you sit down and watch CNN and say I watch news, you're crazy, man. In 2026. Who really wants to sit down and watch? Better go watch movies, man. Yeah? When you're watching CNN, it's not different from you watching a movie. You just sit down and say, no, this is not real, this is just a movie. It's not real. So you listen to the news and CNN, it's not real news, man. Yeah? I see a thing that American basically do a video from the Middle East and I say, look here, man, every single thing that you're seeing in America about what's going on down there is all a lie, man. Man, say that, man, American soldiers basically hiding, going to hotels and them can't sleep on the base, them. Certain man I hide in a hotel and a boat. Yeah? So the hiding the destruction, man. You have images, satellite images coming out with the destruction, man, at place down there, man. They're trying to downplay everything that's going on in the Middle East, man. You know what I mean? Liars, man. All liars. Now is the time for propaganda. Now it's the time for propaganda. So, hey, wartime propaganda, man. I say you have to sway with what the government is saying now because certain things going to amount to treason. Certain things going to amount to treason at some point.
I think just the other day Mayor Trump said that they're trying to if you look up people yet, but it's like they must say with the war right now in Iran, even you have Americans basically don't want them lose.
Yeah.
It's that's treason.
Yeah.
The news are worded, that's treason.
Yeah.
So there's a very
They keep on pushing it all year because it actually is enough for them business. Hey, it's actually like hey, your country's at war and you're basically rooting for the enemy. Saying you can be charged for collusion. Treason. Colluding with the enemy, you can be locked down. I see all these rejection, opposition to America going to war with Iran, and Americans saying they are with Iran or they are with Palestine or they are with whatsoever, all that. If there is state of emergency like martial law or anything, everybody who do that for the safety or the continue to have government, they need to get all those people in that mindset, in a controlled environment, like a concentration camp. Because how can you have people like this running around while they're going to war? They could have team up with the enemy. They could have been a spy and a send information. That's what they're gonna say, and it's gonna sound like something justifiable. Yeah? Yeah? Your social media activities gonna be used against you, man. It was all cheering for Russia in Ukraine. The government be looking at you. Yeah? Cheering for the Palestinians. They be looking at you. You know what I mean? saying something bad about the gutter rats. Anytime this thing come down, man, watch and see, man.
That's why we said, thus saith the Lord.
Yeah? Watch and see.
I think there's a video out there where police show up to a lady house because she makes some kind of comment about this situation with Iran and America.
Right.
You know, them show up to her house and ask her about it. She run them.
Yeah.
Because she say, yo, that is free speech. She never incite no violence. She just say, yo, what America is doing over there is wrong. You know?
Right, watch this now. When martial law come in, you're going to talk about freedom of speech? Get a rifle butt in your forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know them one that funny, don't even kick you off.
You don't want to hear about rights, man. In time, tell us, man. You know, you see pen and paper and laws don't apply when you come on to certain, you know, certain settings. When in our civil settings, when everything all right, in our civil settings, you know, you can call upon law and judge and whatsoever. You see me, habeas corpus is willing to talk at that time, but when martial law is declared, you know, habeas corpus, you know, is suspended, man. You know what I mean? That's the suspension of habeas corpus, man. You know, so now they can do whatsoever they do to you. You know, you can't say you want to talk to my lawyer. You know, now I cut it again. The only lawyer you can talk with, I want rifle. Yeah, you know, you can't steal it. Yeah? You can't steal it. And that's what coming, man. You have martial law coming, man. You're going to have emergency powers enacted, man.
Second Ezra 16, start 68. It says, For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols.
And that's basically, that's the time we are approaching right now, coming up. It's the time of Jacob's children. Where there are going to be all these different type of people, especially in America, that's going to come up against the government come up against the people. Sedition among men. See? Time of Jacob's trouble to talk about, when the powers that be is going to come down hard on poor people. You know, here.
Yeah.
And some of our people is gonna sell out. See? But even though you sell out, it's not gonna be good for you either with them or with the Lord. Is that something?
Yeah, because the thing is, right now, information going out with new laws to merge in the U.S. military with the IDF, Israel Defense Force vehicles, is that a lot of so-called Americans, you know, the Babylonians, actually hit against it because really and truly that is treason. You see me? And it's against the Constitution. But a part of it, they must say, who were basically be sent to the war or drafted is you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. The Israelites. Them must say the war go dead. And again, we're going to say, yo, God war go dead because once you go over there, you know, when this thing get serious, that's it. There's no coming back. And as Brother Nali said, there won't be any America to come back to. You know, shortly after. Right? It says, and they that consent unto them shall be adding derision and reproach and trodden on the foot. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
In every place and in the city, they're going to come down upon Lord's people, man, especially the elect among the nation of Israel. They're going to come out on us, and they're going to come out on the prophet. Because we are the ones who fear Yahweh. The elect are the ones who fear the Lord.
As we now speak about treasonous things and you know, martial law and all them other things, you know, even in Jamaica here, you know, under emergency powers, certain things gonna happen, man. You know, because the government basically, all the rights gonna go. You know, especially when the next crisis hit or a major crisis hit. You know what I mean? Yeah, your food can be taken away. Yeah, we have
No, Mr. Seriously.
okay. Yeah, we have a PDF here with Jamaica emergency powers and what they can do or will do in the case of an emergency, like martial law type settings. Man. Yeah.
You are now seeing that martial law is inevitable in an emergency powers act.
Yeah.
You have for you then you call Marvin.
Yeah.
You have one next president, you know, I don't remember his name, but him actually, him not just talk, him actually draw for information and show you things. On the internet, him start get popular now. And him explain to you, say it's not just the green or the orange. All of them, I going to do the same thing, no matter what power. And basically, they are being deemed to be seditious. Yeah? So basically, all these acts that have been legislated, you know, is ready to be put on the table because they are just not. Remember them that go around and get rid of so-called gang leaders, the tick man, the termite, whatever. Anybody that seems to oppose the government in any way, shape or form.
Yeah,
it's treasonous, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Treason. Yeah.
Draconian measures, Roman.
So this is the Emergency Powers Act. It's the 6th of June 1938.
Right.
So this act may be cited as the Emergency Powers Act. In this act, period of public emergency means any period during which there is in force a proclamation by the Governor General declaring that a state of public emergency exists. Proclamation means a proclamation effective for the purposes of subsection 4 of Section 26 of the Constitution of Jamaica, which is issued upon the Governor General being satisfied that a public emergency that has arisen as a result of the occurrence of any earthquake.
When we last see the public emergency risen, and it was no earthquake. May 2010, the Tivoli Garden incursion, when them used this act to enforce a time of urgency. And you know what happened? Them say at Tivoli Garden, then when they remember that political brother that get touched up in a Red Hills?
Yeah.
Everybody else said, Lord, you reach Red Hills now because I'm at the military, go up there, go get rid of him.
Yeah.
See, everybody start fret like him and say, oh, then if this man get touched, and he was I think he lived in a telecom, he was big in telecom, I forgot his name.
They're right.
Telecom man, upgraded. When them touch him, everybody say, oh, how them really touch this man, you know, but we know that things was behind the scene right, that we don't know the details of. But what we witness though is the powers, you know, of these legislation come into play, because what they did, because we always read it about World War II and how man going to concentration camps and stuff. What they did to the people of Tivoli Garden, that they removed Keith Clark. They removed the people of Tivoli Garden and bring them to the national arena and give them a number. Process them and give them a number. Take the resources that they have from them, because remember, you know, the government stated that, look, if you're with the government, come on these buses.
Yeah.
A lot of people say we're going on the bus. A lot of people say we can't go on the bus because when we go on the bus and when the smoke is clear, where will we go? Because we're going to have to deal with these men. When the people got processed and was in the national arena, it was reported that they might get plate of crackers and water, or cream crackers, that them get rationed cream crackers and water to eat daily. Them not get no chicken back, not even mackerel. It was cream crackers, out of crackers and water. And that was their stable meal to keep them going in the incursion of Tivoli Garden, May 2010. Never forget that.
I remember that summer execution took place, man.
Yep.
You have young men that were put down on their knees and were executed.
They were actually used to load trucks with dead bodies.
Yes.
And when they for them time, the man just execute them and throw them up on the truck back.
Yeah.
And you remember that grave digger down at Maypen Cemetery?
Yeah.
They say, oh, they just come for him and tell himself he just dig hole.
Yeah.
And have him there for days, just a dig hole, and just a bury dead
Yeah,
bodies.
I
man.
say, a lot of you Jamaicans never see that side of the powers that be. Man. You never see it. Yeah? But that side exists, man. Yeah? And that's the way how they can beat you into submission. And them always reserve that power, which is emergency power, man, to do that. You know? And all who have the top talk and all who say what they say, you know what I mean, and talk against Andrew and then talk against Buddha and talk against that, when something go down, shut and see. Yeah? And when they come for you, because of what you used to talk, say, make you say you're going to resist.
We see it in the
Yeah?
COVID as well.
That's what I'm saying. You see, it's scripture tell you, man. You see, let me tell you this, man. You see, if the Lord is not with you, you know, whole heap of trouble, man. You have some people out here that all talk and they do. Who actually backing you from the statement? Who actually backing you? Yeah? But they're going to come down heavily, man. Yeah? When all hell break loose out here. Yeah? You think you see anything in the 2020 event as yet? Because they actually do some more things in the 2020 event, exercising those powers, man. Yeah? So they do two different parts of it already. Two parts of the exercise get done already. Real time. When the grand event come, what to tell? Yeah, go on.
He says, he said that a public emergency has arisen as a result of the occurrence of any earthquake, hurricane, flood, fire, outbreak of pestilence, outbreak of infectious disease, or other calamity.
So all these, you know, a state of emergency, you know, a lockdown, as them have a new name for that thing, you know. A lockdown can happen under any one of these things, man. Yeah? A lockdown is basically martial law under certain guys, or a state of emergency, you know, under certain guys. So now that they know that they can lock you down, you can stay home, you know, no movement days. Now that they know they can do that and people already comply with it once, they can do it again and over again. Yeah, go on.
It's our other calamity which similar to the foregoing or not, or that action has been taken or is immediately threatened by any person or body of persons of such a nature.
Read again.
He says, so our calamity, which whether similar to the foregoing or not, or that action has been taken or is immediately threatened by any person or body of persons such a nature and on so extensive a scale as to be likely to endanger the public safety or to deprive the community or any substantial portion of the community of supplies or services essential to life.
Right. See, so any person who does not comply, you know what will happen to you. Yeah, he is a threat, basically. Let's say a threat. In a group or person, you know, you're going to be a threat. See? So, in this case, if you will speak out against anything that the government do, if you are hoard food, yeah, anything without beyond the lines of what them little ground rule, them layout, is a threat and they can be dealt with as carding men. Yeah, continue.
So during a period of public emergency, it shall be lawful for the Governor General by order to make regulations for securing the essentials of life.
All right, so energy, you see, energy, so your light can be cut off, your water can be cut off for preservation of these resources. Yeah, they can take your food. Food can be confiscated, which means, you know, in return, they're going to be rationing. So if a man decides that he might go prep and he might go buy a certain amount of food, and you can't go on and buy no food, you know, right, and this will come down and me, I go buy some. Look, man, they will come and take your shit. The military will come and take your shit. Yeah? Wanna? And then we're going to that. And we're sure, you know, how the scriptures are accurate when they come on to what's going to happen in the coming months, man. Yeah? Wanna?
This is essential to life, to the community, and those regulations may confer or impose on any government, department, or persons in Her Majesty's service or acting on Her Majesty's behalf. Such powers and duties of the Governor General may deem necessary or expedient for the preservation of the peace.
Right, so for the preservation of the peace, according to them, are order. For the preservation of order, according to them, you know what I mean? Your human rights are your rights going to be suspended, man. Yeah? Wanna?
Says it's for securing and regulating the supply and distribution of food.
Okay, so the government gonna take charge of all distribution, supply of food, water, fuel,
light.
Hold on. There's a war going on now with Iran. Iran is shutting down Strait of Hormuz, shut down the Strait of Hormuz. There's talks of oil shortages, rising gasoline prices, and as this war basically escalates and further, you know, as I say, escalate, you know, over time. You have certain countries going to have to go into their reserve. Yeah? Certain suppliers are cut back on the amount they're going to supply. So you're going to have scarcity. Gasoline. You have scarcity for fuel to run the turbine them, the JPS up. So you're going to have blackouts on certain days. Like so we all get light Tuesday and Friday. And the rest of the week, no light. So they're going to ration light. They're going to ration the water. Because the pumps need fuel to pump the water. So you're going to turn on the pump on Mondays. And they catch all the water you can catch. And you only catch, no, not all the water you can catch. Each individual cannot collect over a drum of water. That's rationing water, you know? And you can't just jump and say you got the river. Because you're going to have no movement time because of what? Rioting that people did previously. Looting, you know what I mean? So they're going to have a total shutdown. The total shutdown. You can't jump and say you go to the beach, just like in the event, 2020 event. You can't say you go to the beach, you can't say you go to the river. So you have to be totally dependent on the government for all these resources. Remember in ICC, in the 2020 event, they were giving out ration to people in a certain community and then get crackers and Lasco. Crackers and Lasco them give them. Yeah? And send catching and everything there. That's what they planted. You think you'll get KFC, my friend? I get KFC, my friend. Yeah? Come on, man. Why not?
This is and other necessities for maintaining the means of transit and locomotion and for any other purpose essential to the public safety and the life of the community.
You hear them? They're going to come in there, you can come in their vehicles, man. You Can't say no vehicle are supposed to drive because of fuel shortages, man. You're not allowed to drive the vehicle anymore. Say no joke. You see them some of the hot man people say, no, can't do this, no, can't do this. But the law is there from 19 when?
1938.
1938.
Revising it and creating new acts to add to it.
They keep on amending them. But people don't know. So when it happens, they say them can't do this. Just like when certain man said this about Andrew in the time when there was emergency power enacted. At the 2020 event, man, I said things about the Prime Minister and police find them. And the man said, oh, then can't this, we have human rights and we have this rights and we have constitutional rights and this and this. Is a dictatorship this or what? People that say them because they don't know that when the state of emergency is declared, them things that don't exist, then can shoot you on sight. Say you're lucky a man can't take you and go lock you up. Consider that lucky. Because they can't kill you under state of emergency, man. Right now, at that point in time, when this is declared, the state is at war with you. What you think? What you think it's called martial law? Military, military or warlike laws. Because the state is not at war with you. They're going to beat you into submission. Yeah? They're going to use violence to convince you to comply. Yeah? Oh. That's what these things are for, man. You know people don't understand what the hell is coming, man. But the Lord is telling you here. You can read it.
We get the etymology for the word martial.
Yeah.
And funny enough, it says military rule over civilians.
What? Military rule over civilians.
That's one of the definitions we come up with.
Right. Have more up?
Yeah, man. So without prejudice to the generality of the powers conferred by the subsection 1, such regulations may, so far as appears to the Governor General to be necessary or expedient for any of the purposes mentioned in that subsection, is to make provision for the detention of persons.
Make what? Provision for the detention of persons. Like, we're going to designate this place, like that they did at National Arena, is a makeshift concentration camp. Like what's going on in America now, you have Walmarts and all these things, them already fitted, you know, with all the resources to immediately turn into a concentration camp. A school can be turned into a concentration camp, or maybe a church. Yeah? Then can draw some fence on place quick and fast. The military can draw up some fence quick and fast and park them up or whatever. As a hole in here for you all. Yeah.
I think back in the early 2000s, them do like a training session with that in a Franklin Town, man, where military basically take over Franklin Town Primary School. So they have tanks rolling in that. Because certain wars was basically getting hot in the area, but they come in.
It says, and the deportation and exclusions of persons from Jamaica is authorized on behalf of Her Majesty the taking of possession or control or the managing or carrying out, as the case may be, of any property or undertaking the acquisition of any property other than land, to authorize the entering and search of any premises.
Yeah. What? Oh, no, warrant? Warrant was the warrant there?
To provide for amending any enactment, for suspending the operations of any enactment, and for applying any enactment with or without modification, is to provide for charging in respect of the grantor or issue of any license, permit, certificate, or document for the purpose of the regulations, to such fee as may be prescribed by or under the regulations. It says provide for payment of compensation and remuneration of persons affected by the regulation. It says provided that nothing in this act may be constructed to authorize the making of any regulation imposing any form of compulsory military service or industrial conscription.
Okay. Now we're going into war where you have drafting, or you have to go support the war machine by working into a factory. How this become a part of the law in Jamaica, man? Conscription. What is conscription? You get called up for what? Military servicemen. That's what conscription is. Hey, you see, shit is gonna really get serious, man. Shit really gonna get serious, man. See, when this war get magnified, that started in the Middle East, man, you're gonna find out. Niggas out here about your bossing AK, you're gonna get a chance to boss AK.
Let's do a quick research.
Yeah?
You know where the youngsters ever say, oh, they go fight no war in America. They go spend 5 years in Britain.
And guess what? These emergency powers laws, you know, every country have them, you know. Every country have them. I'm gonna surprised when I see military and the police start up on certain type of way. I can't do this, I can't do it. Can't do. The law is there from 19 when?
That's why the scripture said here, sedition among men.
Go on.
We do a quick research on the word conscription. Yep. It says conscription means the legal rule that forces people to join the armed forces.
Right. What?
Legal rule
that force people to do what?
To join the armed forces.
They're not gonna ask us, you want to join? You want to join the war effort with Britain?
So can mean with right.
Yeah.
So it's a legislation.
They're not gonna ask you, my friend. They slap up on Ukraine. They just drive up and just drive up and just grab up someone and just dash them in it. Wanna try and run? Like a kidnap, they can't kidnap you, you know.
Our section says not voluntary, people chosen by the system.
You want to join? No, my friend, that's what I'm gonna do.
He said must serve even if they don't want to.
Okay.
That's why in a certain whole time war movies, they must say, no, if you turn deserter, then can shoot.
This is law under emergency powers, man. This is law under emergency powers, man. This is sitting here in the Jamaican law. All right.
He said the regulations so made shall have effect as if they enacted in this act, but may be added to or altered by the resolution of the Senate and House of Representatives, or by the regulations made in like manner, which shall be laid before the Senate House of Representatives, and shall be subject to the like provisions as the original regulations.
Isaiah 10 verse 1. It's a woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the need from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless.
Right. And that's what these laws are about, man. Preserve their cabal, preserve their called. Yeah? Yeah, for them party with them all go on, you know. You know? Yeah, everything's stuff for them party to continue. You know? But it's good to say, oh, rejoice and be glad, oh, daughters of Edom. The couple also passed to you too. Yeah? Have fun while you're at it, man. See? You have the precept now. Hey, because, you see? Because, you see? You be seeing all these things going on in Iran. You see? You be seeing all these wars popping off, but you don't know what wars bring. Yeah? And automatically, when countries are at war, emergency powers is going to be enacted. Why? Because they're going to have shortages. And with shortages, you're going to have unrest. These are chain reactions, man. People are going to be desperate. Social order is going to fall apart, man. Yeah, people don't know what's coming, man. Go on, huh?
This is 2 Ezra 5 verse 1. So nevertheless, as coming the tokens, the old days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be buried of faith, but iniquity shall be increased above that which is now, thou sayest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou sayest now to have root shall thou see wasted suddenly.
Right.
But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall be suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon twice in the day.
So, according to this precept here, a whole lot of people going to die. Yeah? He said we're going to be taking in what? A great number. Now we're going to read how a lot of people going to die. Alright, right, go on.
Alright, 2 Ezra 16, start from 68, says, For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you,
right,
and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle.
Right, so under emergency powers, you can be taken to a holding area, a concentration camp. Yeah? And there, you're going to be processed. And what the method of identification is going to be in that period of time, that's what you're going to receive. So if it's going to be a chip, they're going to put a chip in your hand. Auschwitz and all the camp that they said in World War II, they basically stamp a number on all the, you know, detainees, man.
Arena, National Arena, they get them numbers.
Yeah, National Arena, Jamaica, that happened. So they're going to do that. You know, when you get taken from your house, man. Yeah? Especially if the area is deemed as an unsafe zone, violent zone, a restricted area, whatsoever them deem it as. Yeah? You can be taken away and placed into a camp. Yeah? And if you have a kind of rebellious spirit against what's going on, you don't feel like you want to comply, yeah, you'll be taken by force, man. Wanna?
It says, and feed you, being idle, things according to idols.
Yeah, you're going to chip your ass, go on.
And they that consent unto them shall be adding derision.
Right, so no care you can comply, you know, you're going to suffer the same. Yeah? Yeah. You see, the powers that you're like animals, man. They don't have compassion, you know what I mean, on animals, man. That's how they see you. Troublesome, you know, animals, man. Yeah, go on.
It says, and they that consent unto them shall be adding derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none,
Right.
but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Right.
For they shall waste and take away their goods,
Right.
and cast them.
According to emergency powers, they can take energy, water, light. They can take light, water, food, gasoline. Even you.
That's where like. Yeah, store.
Take out the panel off.
And your battery.
You can take a solar panel and a battery. Continue.
It says, they shall be like madmen, spare none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
God.
For they shall waste and take away their goods,
Right.
and cast them out of their houses.
Yeah, take care of your house, put in one camp.
How can they do that?
What?
How can they do that?
It says, then
Hey, we just read all that. Look a while, the emergency enforcement. We just read all that. Everything that the scripture saying here, we just read it here in the emergency enforcement. So you know. So this will get fulfilled to the T.
Yeah. Family and comfort. Food security. You got it here. You talk about
Them plan in the emergency enforcement to fulfill that precept here. Alright, go ahead.
it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen.
Alright, so the Lord basically gonna stand for his elect. You know? So the elect is gonna be proven that day. Yeah, what?
And they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
Right, some men are gonna be brought to these camps. You know, threatened with death. Comply or die. Get a chip here. You know what I mean? Because we need to number and count everybody. Make sure it's a law-abiding citizen. In order for you to send them back home, you need to take us up here. I want to know if he's a law-abiding citizen. Yeah? Anybody don't want to take it, that means say you're up to something nefarious. Yeah? One.
Hear, O ye my beloved, say the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand,
God.
but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for your hour is your guide,
God.
and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, say the Lord Yahweh,
God.
Hashem Yahushai, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Right. As I said before, there are shortages. They have a precept here telling about the shortages.
Second Ezra 15, verse 14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein,
Right.
for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
The sword and their destruction draw nigh. What sword? Those are guns, man. And those are missiles. You know? Especially nuclear ones, man. Yeah, what?
And one people shall stand up and fight against another,
Right.
and swords in their hands.
So we're gonna have civil war. Yeah? We're gonna have marauders. Yeah? We're gonna have militias. We're gonna have people like the Black Panthers. Yeah? Patriots. Yeah? Vote keepers.
If you look at it now, it really grew even more so, because what took place, especially in America the other day with in the Fulliet, they merged the American military with Israeli. A lot of even military members say, oh, fuck it, no, you're gone too far now.
Yeah.
So that piss off a lot of people to take up arms against the state.
Right.
And even certain things were happening in like certain countries like Jamaica as well. The politicians them know a lot of people get called out. Cause at least they push it. Make you push the people to a point for them hate it.
So you have Americans who believe that that move is treasonous. Yeah? So shit gonna go down real fast. Yeah, go on.
Come through. Lisa the flock. Draw them out.
Yeah.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
So you're gonna have certain states in America where, you know, you disagree with what the federal government is doing. You know? And they're gonna make a move on certain politicians. The politicians are get put to death. Quick and fast, you know, man. Enough politicians. You know the Caribbean here. Hey, even in Jamaica. Yeah? All they're gonna break loose, man. Go on, huh? And this is why martial law gonna be necessary.
Well, the violence.
Yeah. Break down a social order, man. That's the reason why. Emergency power gonna have to come into play. Voila.
It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be ill.
Right.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed,
Right.
and men shall be afraid.
Right.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor,
Right.
but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread,
Right.
and for great tribulation.
Right. Plain and straight. And I'll kill man out here for food. Yeah? Think you can survive by the government crackers and Alaska? Eh? Yeah, man. But that's what the Lord planned, man. And that's what you see. But slowly but surely, wheeling in. Wheeling them in. Yeah? You're going to find out that this is not a game, man. Yeah? Very soon. You know? You have the Jamaican government be doing some things. You know, and there's a debate on certain things. You know, they're basically slowly doing some things. Alright, for instance, we know that Agenda 2030, you know, the Jamaica is on board with the whole Agenda 2030 thing. And knowing the real purpose of sustainable development, when they start to say, oh, you know, certain farmers are also going to have to have a permit, like a license, you know, it now not really to do with the fact that they might teeth you go there. Yeah, that is just the problem. Yeah, but the solution that they are basically bringing, because they are the one that, you know, help to facilitate the problem in the first place. Breed the larceny and all these type of things. They're going to bring certain rules and certain regulations. You know what I mean? That basically, just like a man who is driving car, yeah? Okay, discourage, you know, frustrated, you know, to the point they say, better just park and just walk, or park and take a bus. The same thing's going to happen with farmers, because at the end of the day, going into the new world order, they don't need farmers. Big corporation or government gonna control farming. No John Tama plant anything he want to plant the way he want to plant it down the sun, you know. It's gonna be regulated by government. All farming gonna be regulated, man. Yeah? They're gonna say, oh, we have to have certain standards, we have to get met, because I look upon their farming chicken and say, can you kill some chicken, or clean up some chicken with dead already, then cook them. I use certain argument, you know. You know what I mean? and can kill sick animal, give you, and so they're going to tell you all type of things, and people say, yeah, but that's true, you know, you want to think that's not true. And then further, I'll give up more right to do certain things, man. Oh, you have an outbreak of this because unsanitary thing are going around. You know, for the regulation thing go already. But at the end of the day, it's to force you out. As we said before, you know, farming is going to go into the hands of corporations. A regulatory body going to control farming, man. That's what the plan is for 2030. That is sustainable plan. Sustainable farming is not for a regular nigger out of bush a plant yam. No, my friend. Ultimately, you won't be planting yams anymore. What they want to do is urbanize your ass, man. That's what they want to do. They don't want you off-grid. The New World Order is not having communities up in the hills off the grid. No, my friend. No, my friend. No. That can't work. That don't work within the framework of a digital society. Right? That don't work within the framework of we trying to save the planet from carbon emission.
Yeah, go on. So it says the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution on the right to food with 186 countries voting yes and 2 countries, the United States and Israel, voting no.
Right. There's a reason why you have people who opposing such a thing. Because them come like, oh, you know, we do this for the well-being or the betterment. So good off the surface. But it's not, man. These are devils, man. They are trapping you up. Hey, the government of Jamaica be doing things. I don't, if them know, because more time we even tell them what they do before they even know what they do. Because we know the mastermind and what the mastermind plan is. We know what Esau's plan is. Not all that, we know what the Lord intends to happen. What the Lord purpose and what Esau is going to do and what he have to do. So when a little Negro get certain mandate to do something, we know exactly why it get done. Man be out here talking about we're going to put in new traffic laws or whatsoever because, you know, traffic and money say, boy, you know, if the government collect more revenue or what, come on, man. Then that's simple talk. The plan is bigger than that. Far beyond where a regular man think. Ultimately, no one is supposed to have no car out here and drive gas vehicle, man. But how they're going to just go take on the vehicle them like that or stop on the front drive like that? How them are going to do it? They can't just jump up and say, oh, look here, we need to stop on the thing to stop. No, people are going to riot and go and bad and go and wicked, man. They're going to tell them a time and do something to discourage you.
For example,
and come up with excuses why you're not supposed to drive. It'll come down to that at a certain point in time, you know. It'll come down to the point where they're going to show, look here, man, you know, saying it don't make no sense with them to drive anymore because Ray. They talk about all type of things, you know, 15-minute cities they have on the books all the time. Who knows what they plan to do? You think the ATM services couldn't be better than what they are? They can be better, man. Banks make trillions of dollars. They can put in more ATM, better sensors. The thing can streamline more, but they don't want that to function because they want to bring you on a different system. So they're gonna frustrate your ass. Yeah, oh, me top you want to see me when they say stuff in that son. Well, they are trying to draw our money. I'm trying to put our money in that machine. You know what I mean? They stop in that son and say, boy, I mean, you did it for a couple hours and then you see the guardsman vehicle down there. Beryllium vehicle drive up and say, bomb on that. I want that extra blood fire. How want this before we then download the machine?
Look, you are going here and see how
Hey,
hard you are.
these things are on purpose, man. These things are on purpose, man. You know? They're trading you. Yeah? They're trading you for the system that they're going to want you to have to accept. That is more convenient. That's what they're going to use. They're going to use convenient on your ass. You know? They're going to use convenient. Come, well, I can't bother with Western Union in the and people cuss every day. Man, come out, man, Flintstone and Western Union glass. That's the reason why it's set up that way there, to frustrate you. Why them send back the money? Because, boy, they feel like enough to give you money. Why? They can't explain to you why they can't give you your money. If I got Western Union, I say, boy, you know, we can't get the money out. Why? We don't know, sir, we don't know. Eh? They have to send back your money. What do you think that did it for? Because it makes absolutely no sense. Yeah? And then they say, you know, we feel like because the scamming thing I go on with them do you that. No. Then they frustrate us. Scammers like get their money, see them come to be a market, see I drive. Every day I see new write up vehicle I drive fast. We mark up on the windscreen and all about.
You never
them
do
slugging for them money. You will go out there and can't get your money.
You never do a day scamming you can't get the money and go in there.
Boy, you're collecting too much money, so you want to fuck a money, you know. Yeah? Yeah, well, I see your family send the money 3 times a month, so therefore there's a ban on you. Oh, I see you try to change over 1,000 US for the month, can't change your word. They're a funnel you. Funnel you into a more convenient system. It's there. Everything I work together to bring you one place. This is our currency, man. That's what it's meant for. They want to say, oh, look, the way, that thing I work with the ATM, the man, something, it's not sustainable. You know what I mean? Anything that is not sustainable need a solution. And them already have solutions on the table already for you. So you think the rate, man I get ticket right and no one I go lose points and them think their lives will get suspended and all them or something. You think that's sustainable?
Revelation 13 verse 16 says, and he caused it all.
Yeah, he caused it all, man. What?
Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in your right hand or in your forehead.
They're gonna chip your asses up. And man, I'll take it because of convenience. But I'll take it because they want medicine. For them grandmother or them little daughter to keep them job. When I want anything to keep them job, to continue flying. I'm like, boy, you can't come to America unless you put in one chip, you know. Yeah, put in a chip, you get a visa. A man run go get a visa and put in chip.
Your visa, you chip on your visa?
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be, man. And just like in the 2020 event, if a man ever straight out the man and take one prize where possibly gonna kill him, that thing can't keep him job. I'm gonna take a prize there, that's me can't keep a job. Nigga, you could die. Where a job be them time there? I must say, boy, I want travel same way, you know, so I'm gonna take that sticky Vicky, you know. And a man run go take a sticky Vicky for travel same way. Some of them are making for tell the tale. Some of them are making for tell the tale. Yeah? We're all laughing at them. We're laughing at them, you know. Eh? You have these guys who go and take it, man. Like from Nate Camp. Members died, man. Yeah? But we know how Eastside devices now. We know what Eastside is doing, so we know what our government is doing when they actually pass certain laws and bring in certain, we know exactly why. Them do this for the environment, them do this for that. You know what I mean? Oh, we have a new bypass and we know all them things, man. We know all the roads for, you know.
You crazy ass niggas think that roads are for you. Even in one scenario where there is no agenda, the road will never be for you. Yeah? They can't drop the road right in our hotel, on the airport to the hotel. They just happen for trouble on it. You go where you go. But that was the real reason. As a matter of fact, you know that alright, you see? It's strategic before them drop out. If the mobile bypass now, that is strategic. You see why I drop out? I ain't sure, my friend. You see why I drop out? I ain't sure, my friend. Hotels to hotels. You have hotels on the other side of the bypass. I have hotels at the other side of the bypass and an airport.
Yeah, because
They could have dropped it off somewhere else. But look what them choose. It is strategic, my friend. It don't have nothing to do with niggers who don't want to go through the town.
Well, listen. As I mentioned, you know, tourist area.
The second
Clear
one,
Spring, Tanzania. Oh,
I
it's
go straight to the
tourist
Philippines.
area.
Yeah, the plan say the whole tourism industry will be done right this up. Yeah, that's a grand plan.
It's not about a nigger, man. It's not about a nigger. But guess what? It even got deeper than that. Remember, there's an agenda for 2030, man. Need not say more. Need to go and see what these devils' plans are, man, and what they are actually doing at a community level. Yeah? Hey, they have a lot of meetings here, important one, you know, out by right out of East, out of Seno. You know, and they be talking about all them sustainable development plans, man. They must say it off the tongue, but we know the argument for each part of sustainable development. Environmental protection and all these type of things for them to deal with. Yeah? Certain people get restricted from certain areas, man. See, and it sound, some of the things them sound sensible. Yeah? If you listen to it, alright, look at the whole Blue Lagoon situation. The argument that they have sounds sensible. Because niggers was there doing nigger shit. But they use it as an opportunity to do what they're gonna do. Hey, they get the chaos in there very easy to get the chaos, man. Yeah? That's what chaos play out itself, but it's gonna use it when they play out. So never put a good crisis to waste, man. That's how these people are, man. And we know how they do them thing. You know? Because it's simple, man. Hey, we can't get restricted from the river. Easy, you know. A man can't look at that some price and everyone kill off some fish and crayfish and say, oh, you know, we have to stop at the front of the river, though. Environmental protection.
Yeah, man,
I must say, oh, long time now, price the river, we have to go do something about it. So you know, we have to go ban it from the river for a while now, that the river can come back, it sounds sensible.
They need not to do so much. They can just put
so they'll take it right from essential resource, just like that. Them can't do that enough. And it sounds sensible. But you lose that. So if the government goes and block off a pipe up on your yard, I remember for Garvey, so bombard, we give them the freedom, block we have from the river. At them time they have a member.
Oh, protection.
That's the truth.
The moment when they realize, just like the Egyptian baller, they have a meme with him, when the moment they realize that the referee. They have a meme with him, and the moment you find out. You have to be on your face, right? The moment you find out. The real reason why they're blocking them from the river. No, they can control it now. You can't, they depend on them for water now.
You try to go river, you breach a law, so they can lock you up.
They can lock you up, man.
Like even as simple as this, like even the country and planning act, you see me, basically designate how you build your property and where you build, you see me. And the reason why they do it is because they want to come some roots and say, lift up half of that land, you build road through that.
Yeah.
You see me? That's how it is. So you can build your house and when you look, you never get a permit, so they will come and say, according to me, so they never get a permit. So me have right to just remove it off your land and build the road through.
Yeah.
Alright, people in the land, they never transfer the land over here in Europe. So it's technically not your land, but your ancestors' land.
Yeah.
But then just put it together like that.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, you see me? And verse 11 says that Satan should get an advantage of us,
Right.
for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, ignorant of the devil's devices. Yeah, man, hey. I implore you, man. Go and look up Sustainable Development Agenda 2030. Jamaica is on board. They actually have a site up. Yeah? They are all in. Yeah? They are all in, man. Yeah? So we know, once them come around with their plans and whatsoever they want to do, and you know, we need to get this thing regulated and area. We know what it's all about, man. You know, they come out to farming, you know, sustainable farming and everything there. That's that, you know, rather I'll get the mandate for you to do sustainable farming. And we know what everything will transpire through the whole sustainable farming thing. It's to ultimately get you out. Yeah? That's what it is, man. Yeah?
To Revelation 13, verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark,
Right.
or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, and that's what it's coming down to. Buying and selling. We can't have freelance people and the whole system do what they do. You see, we need to control all the means of commerce. That's what they're going to do, and that's the end goal. That's the end goal. It's not for your benefit. Everybody is going to be blamed apart from the government at the end of the day. Why we have a crisis here? Because the government never put things in order from start. So therefore we're going to have to do it right now. That's what they're going to go look for. If we do this some long time, if we give some people some chip or the idea here, this will not happen. I feel them argument that, you know. No, we have to do it before the next crisis, or we have to do it before whatsoever. That's an argument. Yeah?
And Jamaica, Jamaica can't even complete the census.
Yeah.
They still can't complete the census, so they have to go use that way. They have to go use that crisis to actually keep Jamaican people live like alien basically.
Yeah. I easily get to forget the ID, man. Or yourself. I use the one too, man.
Yeah, I go agree.
Couple inconvenience, you know, couple inconvenience, yeah, you know. You're running to get it, man, you know. Try to do one thing very important and you realize you need to come and do it.
When I tell him, say, Colonel, you have to use the ID to get
Get fried chicken.
You have to get ID
KFC.
to
Get the ID if you don't have Colonel, brother. I use the ID for Colonel.
I'm a Jamaica when I get the ID already.
This is Psalm 64, Psalm 1. It says to the chief musician, Psalm of David, hear my voice, O God, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Right.
Hide me from the secret counsel of
We know your plans, man. We know that what you feel you can do to us, man. Yeah, you're confident that we can kill them when anytime ready. You know. See me? They're confident in that, you know. So if we see like them, I will perceive them to be any form of threat, good. If I would send some gunman, I would send police to kill them. Them work like that. See? But hey, we cannot pray for the angels, man. And the Lord sent his angels, man. They throw a stone in their spoke, you know? Yeah, I was glad if they don't see us as a threat, we're glad. We're glad for that. I know the word can go on. Yeah?
It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even with the words that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Right.
They encourage
Yeah,
themselves.
them confident, man. Them confident like, oh, we can't get rid of them anytime already. Let's go and watch them look at this. So deal with them kids. We'll see. It's not as easy as I think. You know, the Lord and His angels exist. You are going to find out. The scripture say, eventually know who am I chosen.
Enemy shall to me.
Yeah, I was saying, if I run and find out. That is the real if I run and find out. Well,
Says they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
God.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Right.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, but the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Right. So when you think about certain policies and certain moves the government is making, you know, it's for betterment of the people or for betterment of the country or whatever. No, my friend. No. And if the government believes that them are do, when they get the idea from somewhere else, you know, they are just as stupid as the people. Because there's a grand plan, my friend. There are goals that needs to be fulfilled under the United Nations, brother. Yeah? And it go beyond, and it go deeper than just the United Nations. Man. This is so many layers to this thing. The future that they plan, man, if you know that, yeah, try to leave the planet already. Yeah? Yeah, try to leave already. Nightmare, man. Deepest, darkest nightmare is what these men plan. Is on the planet, man. It's gonna be part of it. It's gonna be paradise to them and nightmare for a regular man. Yeah? What?
It says, but Yahweh, God Shai shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Right, gotta thought these things, man. You know? How we know what's going on in Agenda 2030? Plans. We know that going back, Rio Summit, that's what it was. The Rio Summit, Agenda 21. Wait a minute, Maurice Strongs. Yeah, going back then. It was more clearer. Agenda 21 was more clearer. Agenda 2030 is more vague. You know, man, you read it and think, oh, some good stuff that them talk about, man. Yeah, really.
Trap. Sneer.
They try to disguise the things them on the Agenda 2030. You know, some nice words in sustainable development goals. Yeah, it'll sound, you know,
Sounds up like when everybody
progressive.
Passive. Who wouldn't like things that sustain and have the development?
Yeah, who wouldn't like that? Who wouldn't like that? Yeah. So nice, you know?
And the goals them, you know? Only for goals are scored.
It's like when people say the devil. I expect the devil. It's like when people expect the devil to come and say, look, I am the devil. I am going to deceive. The devil is a deceiver. So you get deceived that he's not the devil. That's a part of this deception. Oh boy.
Yeah. Excuse of my virgin.
You realize the means of sustainability is through your progression.
Yeah. You wait till the start if you have a carbon allowance, man. Don't worry yourself.
Yeah.
But it's sustainable to you know, for them enough. You emitting too much carbon. And you need to cut back on your lifestyle. Drastically. You know, you can't eat beef anymore. Too much carbon involved in the process. You can't eat chicken. Too much carbon involved in the process. And check up them chicken in it. Younger can't eat one meal a day. You know? Or you have to eat in small portion. You cook one time, I eat it in a small portion. Something that you may not like. You're not allowed to travel today. Yeah? Okay. So the energy allowance tied to your carbon allowance, man. That's the type of system that they're building, man. You're going to have certain amount of allowance to do certain amount of things, and those going to be limited things, man. Limited. That's the type of future these men sit down in board meetings, sit down in rooms, discussing, man, what they're gonna do to your asses, man. Read it anyway.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters run deep.
Second Corinthians 11 verse sorry.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters.
11 verse 14, it says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light."
Right. You're gonna do this to save the planet, man. That's Satan for you. So-called white man is the devil, man. It's Satan.
Fuck up the planet, they want to save it.
Yeah?
Claims,
And convince you all till you basically, you know, cringe at anyone saying that he's the devil.
Oh, you mad if you are calling them a human being just like us?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. See? Keep me leader. But, you know what I was saying? Call along, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Dash. I belong us to the apostles and elders of greatness, stone, peace and blessing to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom. Shalom.